Hello everyone. XRP has more good news and developments coming during the next 2 years, but there are times that looks like XRP could be in trouble. Today I will let you know the best and the worst periods for XRP. If you remember in my two previous videos for Bitcoin, I did say that I was going to make a video for XRP. And that's because back in May, a client of mine from Australia asked me to do predictions for XRP. Well, there were good news and I wanted to share that with you. And because I also would like some credit, I will play you back like for 10 seconds what I recorded for XRP in the beginning of June. That was one of the reasons that I wanted to make a video, but there are more good news coming, so stay with me. Both for Bitcoin or XRP. Around end of July, August, I also heard, I don't know if you know BitBoy Crypto, but he mentioned something that the case might be resolved around end of July and August. And I saw two interesting aspects that time, that they also show that possibility, or there could be a sudden change and adjustment around that time, that it will be fortunate for XRP. That's what I wanted to share with you. You remember that this is not a financial advice. If you like your own horoscopes and predictions, you can get in touch with me and I'll give you the details. My email is in the description. In my opinion, the big good news regarding XRP is really a nice auspicious aspect of 120 degrees of Saturn to XRP's progress Sun. This aspect is called a trine in astrology. And its secondary progressions is a chart that shows situations that they are long-lasting, about a year and a half, even 2 years. This will be more effective end of this year and in 2025. And this means success, but also very positive developments that have been achieved with a lot of effort, discipline, and hard work from the XRP team. If I was doing that for a person, it would mean first increased ambition, but also business success and some kind of promotion. There are also a couple of other positive aspects in a map called directions, like the Jupiter conjunction to XRP Sun and so on. I use transits, secondary progressions and directions as systems for my predictions. Now, if we take a look back at the past 2 or 3 years, we can clearly see that there were a couple of difficult aspects of Mars to XRP, Mercury, and Venus, and that's in the progress chart again, that they last for a while. And that shows that XRP was going through a difficult time. Mercury was opposing Pluto. That's a clear sign of investigation, but now these difficult aspects, they are separating, which means the difficult time is almost over. So what's next? If you remember in the beginning, I said that for the next 2 years will be positive for XRP with development and more success, but it will have its ups and downs. So the best periods for XRP will be February, March of 2024, and that makes sense because it's the period before Bitcoin's halving. So the same thing happening with Bitcoin when I did the video called Bitcoin's pre-halving predictions. But I think it's good to have something in mind because in April of 2024, the price of XRP could drop a lot, dump as they say. And I'm saying that because there are plenty of difficult aspects that time, from Saturn to XRP, Venus and Sun, but also Mars during that month. Something tells me that this could also be due to some issues with authorities around that time. This is a general outlook. Later I'll go on quickly through the months and see a bit more details or important periods. So what else we have for the future? Also, don't be disappointed if the price of XRP goes down or is down in January and February of 2025, because it looks to me like a bull run in March and April of 2025. But XRP in general looks quite positive until 2027. I wanted to say something, but because it's later in the future, but I'm going to say it because it looks pretty important. And I'm talking about late 2027 and 28. At that time, it looks like some kind of disruption and sudden change. And this is interesting and important because it's showing a similar situation that time for Bitcoin and XRP. Please make a note of this date. That's June 2028, around June 20th to 23rd. I'm saying that because I'm not sure if I'm going to be here making videos. I hope so. Well, I think the reason why there could be such a disruption and sudden changes for Bitcoin and XRP around 2028 could be due to some major events occurring that time. In the collective, Saturn will make his first square to Pluto, and Mars those days will be in a conjunction to Uranus. Well, I think something will I'm pretty sure that will happen around that time. Well, I haven't looked at it in great detail, but maybe one day I'll look at it just because it looks very interesting. I'll tell you more about it later. Now let's go further into the future. After 2029 until 2033, things look very positive for XRP, but that didn't go any further than that. For now and the following period, I mean August and September, it doesn't look like much is happening. With Venus and Mercury retrograde, it could be also a strange time for the markets and the economy. Especially with the Venus aspect to Uranus, but I'll talk about this in my next video. So during the next period, XRP looks pretty good from mid-August, but the last week I see the price will drop again. The beginning of September looks good for XRP. The price looks like it's going up until the 21st of September. October could be a strange month. And it's a bit unpredictable because of the eclipses. But despite of that, the price could go up until the 14th of October. There is a solar eclipse new moon 2 days after that in Libra. So later in October, though, I see kind of like the last week, kind of trouble for both Bitcoin, but also XRP. There are a lot of adjustments, and I'm referring to the aspect of quincunx, which is called in astrology. You're gonna hear me many times saying adjustments, but the video I played you in the beginning for my client, so maybe you understand what I'm saying when I'm saying there will be adjustments. Sometimes they're positive and sometimes they're negative, but end of October and November, I'm pretty sure the price will drop. December looks good, at least until the 16th. Bitcoin also looks good in December. But I mentioned before also for Bitcoin that the price will probably drop before Christmas. Remember, I said in the beginning that the best months for XRP, at least in the nearest future, were going to be February and March of 2024. January 2024 looks pretty good. The price could drop a bit after the 10th or 11th of the month, but after that, and also in February, there are a lot of positive signs. One of them being the North Node, in a very auspicious aspect to XRP's Venus, and also Mercury, but also a wonderful aspect with the money planets, Jupiter and Pluto. And this suggests that the price could really go up a lot. I may sound sometimes that like I'm reading from a text, because I do. I could never remember all this information I'm telling you if I didn't write everything down. Anyway, so we are in the auspicious month of February. But on the 21st and 22nd of February, which is right before the full moon, we could see a correction. But overall, February looks very positive. You remember that I mentioned that XRP will do very good during the next 2 years, but I'm really a bit concerned for March of 2024. There are plenty of difficult aspects. I don't know what's going on around that time, but to me, it looks like a major correction. It's not going to last for a very long time, but let's see what will happen. Because of the difficult aspects of Saturn, this may have to do with authorities, governments, and regulations. So maybe you want to keep this in mind. The beginning of June looks better, and although July doesn't look like an exciting month, around the 17th, we could hear good news regarding XRP's case. I don't see any major changes in the price around that time. I believe this is a temporary situation because in February 2025, with Jupiter's favored aspect to XRP, but also the fact that the difficult aspects that Saturn was bringing with authorities and regulations, they are finishing next February of 2025. We could hear good news around that time. Well, this could be a new fortunate beginning for the next period for XRP. Well, I would like to stop there, and I hope you like this video. If anything happens, if we have a major change, I'll do an update. I do have a few videos in mind that I like to do next. Of course, the next is Bitcoin's predictions for August. I thought of making one for Michael Saylor and his relationship, what's the connection with Bitcoins, because once I saw his chart and I saw something very interesting, but I'll do that in the future. In the meantime, take care, and I'll be back in a few days. Bye.